TransByDef, it's Jenna again. The topic today is going to be aging in the transgender community, of which I'm one of those participants. Hi Lisa, it's Lisa. Here you go babe, let's say hi. Aging in the transgender community is a hot topic. I know it's there's been some stuff done on it with out of Philadelphia with the group down there, Masoni Center. Health issues for us is going to become more of a problem than it is today with the healthcare crisis in the United States. Anyway, this is crisis in this country. And who's going to care for transgender people throughout the country? Many transgender people don't have health care, let alone jobs, so they rely on the system for the most part, and our care as we continue to age as a population is going to become more and more problematic as budgets constraints are going on, and who gets health care and who doesn't. So it's going to be a much bigger problem for us than it is today as the American economy continues to go into a for no better explanation, a third world environment. The gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to grow, and transgender people are, by and large, a large portion of the group of have-nots. Myself, I'm through my employment, I am lucky to have insurance, but none of it, covered anything to do with my transition. So, for older people that are trans, having been able to transition, let alone have health care down the road, is a big problem. The issues, can you tell my family's home today? Transgender care is a huge problem besides the issue of dressing appropriately for your age as you age. Big part of blending. As you age, especially if you are you transition later in life, like a lot of us have. A lot of us, are missing our youth. We feel cheated. I know I do. I feel cheated for not having, the birth experience or a younger experience of someone that's trans that might be in their teens, that might have a more normalized life than those of us that do it later in life. I know that's a big issue. As I age, I'm becoming more cognizant of my dress, and something that, obviously advertisers and the media all go for, the younger generation, where the dollars are, and that stuff's not age appropriate for me in many instances. So that's, my age plays into that. Now, I could go out and buy that stuff, and it would pretty much be putting a red flag up the pole that there's something different about me. So, that's something that I have to really be cognizant of. I can't just run out and do something like that. Having transitioned in my 40s, I feel cheated on this journey. I had to play catch-up ball with puberty, which went by, and quickly, I remember sitting with my therapist talking and saying, how old do you think I am now? And she says, very young, 16. And somewhere between there and now, I've grown quite a bit. But you know, the concerns that I have as I age now are, you know, housing for me. You know, I see there being a problem for, you know, for older transgender people, you know, beyond the healthcare issue. Where are you going to live as you age? And as our social services, you know, our piece of the pie that we would get, you know, from Social Security and such, as those begin to diminish, or the fact that, you know, the value of the dollar is becoming less and less. You know, as things become more expensive, it becomes harder and harder. And how do we pay for, coming from a community that's underemployed, how do we pay for our care so that we do get, you know, the ability to live a full life? You know, what is the age that it's okay to cut back on the care for us? You know, part of socialized medicine is those younger and truly in need are going to get it before those that are older in many instances, and that should be a fear striker for us, especially if you're underemployed or you haven't had the resources to earn a sizable nest egg that you can, you know, draw from as you age. So aging is a hot topic. I know there's you know, a lot of us that are getting older, and you know, I think you know, the younger generation is going to have their hands full trying to figure out how to provide for, you know, the other half of their community, if they do. So, you know, aging for me is something that I don't look forward to. It is a reality that I must face, and facing it, even, you know, how I feed myself, how I care for myself, the clothing that I buy, you know, where I'm going to spend money or not spend money, and how I'm going to take care of myself when I get past the age of being employable and retire. You know, I don't see that becoming a possibility, but you know, if your health fails, what do you do? So I know, you know, Mazzoni Center has done, you know, some stuff with this, and the Trans Health Conference in Philadelphia coming up here is it's a big issue. So I would give some thought to this, because the older you get, the faster the clock seems to go, and the years seem to pass by. That all of a sudden you're saying, well, what do I do now? So this is another time where planning your care when you get older is something to be thinking about today, and not living in the moment. So I hope I covered this with my concerns somewhat well. I think I'll go out and buy a black miniskirt and go out clubbing tonight. Not. So be well, and I look forward to your comments. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.